Welcome to number 6 in the Inspiration series of videos, where we look at how TNT planning is helping some people with a wide range of financial challenges to better understand their money and their financial future. This video is simply called Worried and features a couple called Bill and Kate. Their financial challenge is that they have a modest income and not a lot of savings. They are determined to help their 3 children with the expenses of university, but they are worried that they will not have enough money to do this or enjoy a comfortable lifestyle in their later years. So let's have a look at their starting point. They are both 46 years old. They have 3 children aged 13, 15 and 17. Bill has his own business with taxable profits of $35,000 and Kate works part-time for a salary of $18,000. So you mentioned they don't have a lot of savings. They have a total of just under £45,000 in ISAs and cash and pension. They've already entered their property data into their property plan with their existing mortgage, reviewed their assumptions, and they have a simple requirement just to remain in their current house until the end of the plan. When they look at their plan structure, they decide to change their plan B to 6 years so that they stop working at the same time that they become eligible for their state pension when they become 67. Next, they look at their pension contributions, and Kate just wants to change her contributions to 5%. Bill is comfortable with his, and Kate knows that those contributions are matched by her employer, so she just wants to check that that was the case in basics, which we can see here. And while she is there, she looks at a state pension entitlement, and having taken some time off to look after the children and looked on the government website, Kate feels that a better figure here would be 60% for her state pension eligibility. As their first priority is to help their children through university, they want to allocate $6,000 per year to each child to help with their living expenses. So they do some simple calculations and decide to spread an average of $8,000 per year over a 7-year period during plan years 3 and 9. So to do this, they go to their other spending section. And from plan years 3 to 9, they budget for an average amount of £8,000. Having made this choice, the couple now have to balance the rest of their plan to make it work. They go to their results to have a look at the graphs and see where they are. Graph 1 shows where they're having to take some withdrawals from their tomorrow savings during their earning phases A and B to pay for their children's support at university, and then as their earnings drop in phase B before the state pension kicks in here. In graph 2 we see the other spending, which is the $8,000 annual amount to support the children, but we also note that the plan assumption is using the minimum amount of £20,000 lifestyle spend here, which is what is at least allowing the plan to be positive, with some assets left over at the end here and the available money figure at the end of the plan being £65,000. Bill and Kate decide to look first at their spending. They know that TNT takes away the complication of inflation for them so that they can work with the money they recognise today, even though they might be planning several decades into the future. They've already entered their current lifestyle spending that we see here, so that when they go back to their plan spending and select the detailed option 2, they pick up these figures here, and we can see that they've already entered, using that as a foundation, these expenses across here, their phases A, B and C. They can see the remaining mortgage calculations coming directly there from their property plan. If they now go back to their graphs, and particularly graph 4, they'll see that this more realistic estimate of their spending has caused their plan to be negative, both in the difficult early years with their children and also towards the end of the plan. Bill has the option to expand his business, but this would be both risky and would mean working more hours. He rather reluctantly agrees to look at how much he would have to earn from his business to be able to balance their plan. So he goes to his earnings in phase A, where he's currently using the plan assumption of them increasing at an annual rate of 1% year per year. What would it mean for them and the plan if he set this as a target of 60,000 of taxable profit from his business at the end of phase A in year 14? That means an annual real increase of almost 4% a year. They're both keen to see what effect this change has on the plan, and they go back to the lifestyle spending and see that the two indicators here are now green, indicating that their plan is positive. Kate is keen to see if they would be able to spend some of that extra money in their plan to make their spending in phase C that much more comfortable, and she just puts an additional provision of £4,000 in here to bring it to 4,600. They then return to their graph 4 and can now see that their plan is just about viable. Finally, they check on their property plan. They can see that their current house will be worth more than £500,000 by the end of the plan, which they can keep in reserve against exceptional later life costs such as long-term care, as well as hopefully being an inheritance for the children. Bill is still unsure about expanding his business, but he now understands the reasons for doing it and the rewards that will come with it if he succeeds. The couple have gone from having no visibility about their future to having a plan that allows them to fix their priorities of supporting their children at university and having a reasonable standard of living in later life. They have a plan they can keep updated and use for making all their future significant financial decisions. Best of all, they can now spend less time worrying about their money. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been useful and has inspired you to think about your financial challenges and to create your very own TNT plan.